Welcome to the NCAA Baseball Super Regionals presented by Capital One. Here at UFCU Disch-Falk Field in Austin, Texas, where it's the number 13 national seed Longhorns trying to fight off elimination for the first time in the postseason and force a deciding Game 3 on Monday. For Tennessee Tech, they are on the doorstep of their first ever trip to Omaha. Here's how Game 1 went down. Cody Clemens, home run number 22, coming in the third inning. That gave the Longhorns the 3-2 lead. However, in the fifth, the Golden Eagles come back with the 3 spot. Chase Chambers, wall ball double, drives in 2. Golden Eagles get the lead, and David Garza with another double with an all-important insurance run. Texas got back within 1, but Ethan Roberts did the deal. Going the last 4 innings, gave up 1 run, 1 hit, and Tennessee Tech wins by a single run. We're playing for a trip to Omaha. Auburn has just forced a Game 3 in their Super Regional in Gainesville with a walk-off. Meanwhile, Texas Tech and Arkansas can both advance if they get closeout wins today. Hello and welcome to Austin. I'm Lowell Galindo with 3-time All-American Keith Moreland. And this Tennessee Tech team, they are showing they are for real. 134 home runs on the season. That is the most in the BB Core era. Yet, they win game number 1 against Texas with only 2 extra base hits. And here they are on the doorstep of Omaha.
Well, they did a really good job of seeing pitches yesterday, taking advantage of what Nolan Kingham, the Texas starter, gave them. They got a lot of base hits. They squared a lot of balls up throughout the at-bat, but they got those 2 extra base hits at the right time. It led to the difference in the game. The 2-run double and then the solo double that drove in a run really did an outstanding job of putting them in that scenario. Now, on the other side, when you look at Texas, they've got to have a good pitching performance, and Chase Sugar is that guy. He has been the most consistent right-hander on this club. He's been the most consistent pitcher, but he throws from the right side, and his right-handed breaking ball, in my opinion, might be the difference in the game. If he can command his breaking ball for strikes, I think he gets deep into this game, and that's exactly what he's got to do.
Sugar, just 1 earned run allowed over the past 15 innings. Tennessee Tech, they can almost taste it. Omaha, they're almost there. Texas trying to force a Game 3. It's coming up next. David Pierce watched his Texas lineup muster only 5 hits in their opening loss against Tennessee Tech. 3 of those were from the senior Jake McKenzie, so he moves up in the lineup after hitting in the 9 spot in the first game. Mason Hibbler, Ryan Reynolds, they drop.
The important part is to find some protection for Cody right now. Cody Clemens is swinging the bat as good as any player in America right now, at any level. I'm telling you, he is the ball, he sees the ball well, and he's driving the baseball. But you're going to have some help around him if Texas is going to advance. So they've got a tough customer that they're going to face. And Moss, as he takes him out, when you look at this young man, you talk about confidence. This is a confident young man. He's got outstanding stuff. You can see he's a senior, a veteran. He's been the pitcher of the year in the Ohio Valley Conference. Lo, what he brings to the table is this confidence, the ability to rush his fastball up there, sometimes in the mid-90s with his fastball. He's got a breaking ball. He's got an outstanding change of pace. And when you watch him, his change of pace, he will set it up, both the lefties and righties. He's got a breaking ball, but that change of pace sets up the fastball.
Talk about that confidence. He was the one that went on record with us 2 days ago and told us the Golden Eagles would win this Super Regional in 2 games. There's Matt Braga, back-to-back Ohio Valley Conference Coach of the Year, and season number 15, 1 win away from going to Omaha for the first time in program history. David Hamilton leads off for Texas. Check swing did not go. Hamilton coming off an 0 for 3 opener. Did drive in the run with the sac fly. So 3 of the runs driven in by the Texas bats via the sacrifice fly. And they're talking with hitting coach Sean Allen before the game. Of course you want runs, but sac flies can also be rally killers.
Well, they do. You know, it is so true. Yes, it gets a run across, but it takes away crooked numbers more times than not. You see the changeup right there, 2-0. And Mott's down 3-0 to David Hamilton, who's got outstanding speed. If he gets on, it's like throwing a double.
And he is on. 4-pitch walk to lead off. So Hamilton, 31 of 38 in stolen bases.
That's the 37th walk of the year in 95 and 2/3 innings for Travis. He's got 104 strikeouts, so this guy is, not a lot of balls put in play in 95 innings of work. 1.33 whip, runners per inning.
Hamilton stays put. Duke Ellis shows bunt. And it's 5 straight balls to start off for Travis Moths. Hamilton, 14th nationally with 31 swipe bats. And there is the bunt. High chopper. Moths collects and records the out. But Ellis does the job, and Hamilton is in scoring position.
Give yourself up, and that's exactly what Ellis did right there. Get into scoring position. This is going to give you a really good indication of Tennessee Tech is going to do. RBI situation, one of the hottest hitters in the country at the plate with an open base.
Honestly, why mess with him right here?
I'm not going after him right here. I'm going to force Clemens to make a mistake outside the zone. I'm not going to give him a strike.
Went 1 for 1. The solo home run. It gets behind Kalevahea, but he recovers in time to keep Hamilton at second base. They tended to pitch around Clemens. One time they did not. Deposited a ball in right field for his 22nd home run. Second most in Texas program history. Swinging through that to even it up at 1-1. And Cody is perfectly fine with being pitched around. Don't expect him to force the issue. We heard his comments from yesterday saying just give it to the next guy and that's fine by me.
Well, you say that, and that's the correct way to think, but then you got to understand that you want to make things happen. You know that you're swinging it well. Sometimes you go outside the zone, and sometimes you guess for a pitch outside different than you normally would.
Cody Clemens, the youngest son of the Rocket, who is on hand right down the first base line where he typically watches most Texas games.
He's going to get a changeup here. He's not going to get a heater.
Hamilton with a deep move, and it's 3-1.
It was a changeup, but it wasn't even close. We talked about other guys in this Texas lineup are going to have to step up. We're seeing it right here in the first inning.
That drops. Hamilton scores. RBI number 70 for Clemens. And Texas with the 1-0 lead.
When you're a good hitter, you sit back and understand. And Clemens is a good hitter, and he understands he was not going to get a fastball in that count. Stays back. 3-1 change. Circle change. You can see it right there. It's starting to drop. It was just over the plate and up. Clemens puts a charge into it, into the gap. Go back and look at that. I was just in a bad location with the changeup to a guy that's looking for something other than the fastball.
Brings up Zach Zubia. Clemens was in motion, and it's fouled back. So a big, important first run for the Longhorns. They're 26-4 when scoring first this season. However, you got to remember the way it started in game one. Texas was able to strike first, with Tennessee Tech able to respond, handing Texas the only fourth loss they've had this year when striking first. High arcer to left field, Colin Harris under it, and there's 2 down.
Just got in, good location. Mott's that time in on the hands of Zubia, trying to get, he's a big young man. He likes to get extended. Got in on his hands right there in a good location.
Crooked numbers are going to be key for Texas.
I don't think there's a doubt. I think the team that wins today will have an inning where they have a crooked number.
This is DJ Petrinsky, not Mason Hibbler.
And maybe a 3 or a 4 spot.
So Petrinsky 0 for 4 with a strikeout. He's been one of the top hitters for Texas in the postseason. .333 clip since the start of the tournament, 3rd best behind Jake McKenzie and Cody Clemens.
The first breaking ball we've seen. We've seen a lot of changes and the fastball.
And Moths is having to work behind here early on. Inside, and it's 2-0. Packed house here in Austin, Texas. Tickets sold out for the Super Regional in 90 minutes. Had to bring in temporary seating to accommodate the overflow of fans. It has not fazed Tennessee Tech one bit. And it's 2-1. Golden Eagles played in front of an environment like this in Oxford, Mississippi, and on Monday won back-to-back elimination games to punch their ticket to the Super Regional for the first time in program history. Fans have traveled well, have a nice tailgate set up beyond the center field fence. Doing it right. Lifted. Trevor Putzig fighting the sunshine, and he wins that fight. But Texas gets one. Guess who? Cody Clemens, Big 12 Player of the Year, finalist for the Dick Hauser and Golden Spikes, delivering his 70th RBI of the year, and Texas is up 1-0. Yeah. Austin, Texas, Matt Braga feeling right at home. So is his offense, especially with 2 strikes. That was the difference in the opening win for the Golden Eagles. 6 of the base knocks for Tennessee Tech coming with 2 strikes.
Well, they did a nice job, and you look at Garza came through with some big hits, Nick Osborne with a couple of hits in the game. But Chase Chambers, you see over 400 for the season. He came up with the biggest blow of the ball game. And they're going to be facing a right-hander with an outstanding fastball and a dynamite breaking ball. Chase Sugar, who was outstanding in his first start. He's a junior from Bridge City, picked in the 12th round by the Red Sox. If he has command, he is outstanding. He commands the zone. He's got great stuff. 95 at times with his fastball. He's got a hard breaking ball that if he's commanding, can be really difficult to hit.
And it is great to see this young man back hitting leadoff. Alex Jr., he took one off his cheek. The team trainer saying an inch higher, inch lower, could have been a really, really big deal. But he was able to get back up, and he stayed in the game a day ago. And you can see what we're talking about here. Fortunately, it looks like it gets part of his shoulder before getting him in the cheek.
It was scary, to say the least. He is a tough young man. Stayed in the ballgame.
That runs high. 90 on the gun from Chase Sugar, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Guy that does anything possible to get on base. Got one off the cheek. Of course, you don't want to draw it up that way. Also drew 2 walks, but this time down on strikes.
mixing in a little straight change, too. Sugar shows it to him. Had him off balance and out in front.
Vinny Kalevahea, hitting in the 2 spot, started his career at Washington State. Went the JUCO route before ending up in Cookeville, Tennessee. After Kalevahea in the lineup, got a bunch of guys that can hit the long ball. I mean, 8 home runs, that's nothing too shabby right there. But after Kalevahea, everybody is double digits in this Golden Eagles lineup.
And it's a good day to hit here at UFCU Disch-Falk Field. Historically, this ballpark plays very big. It is a pitcher's ballpark. Fences have come in the last couple of years, and we have had a lot of southerly breezes this year. And we have one today, and that ball is getting out of here. There's some guys putting on a show in BP for these 2 clubs.
Fun to watch when the wind is blowing out. Fences moved in before the start of last season, year number 1 under David Pierce. Doesn't make this park a hitter's park, but it was cavernous with the dimensions prior to that move. Simply brings a little more balance to the game. (3-1).
I really think it's left center where it made the most difference, Lowell, when bringing him in. It's 370 in left center, and it can get out of the ballpark there where balls used to go out there to die.
The fence is out and left. Couldn't move that dimension because of the bullpen, but they dropped the height of the fence in half from 10 feet to 5, as that is a 1-out walk to Kalevahea.
It's a team that doesn't run a lot. They look for 2-run and 3-run homers.
Yeah, and this is a guy that can give you one of those. Kevin Stroshine, Ohio Valley Conference Player of the Year. He's won that award twice. It has been a slow turning. Plays like this, and Texas gets out of it. Stroshine grounds into the double play. At the end of 1, it's Texas 1, Tennessee Tech nothing.
AA Baseball Super Regionals is presented by the Capital One Venture Card. Earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every day. What's in your wallet? And in part by Heineken. Open your world. Enjoy responsibly.
Tennessee Tech fans, they've made themselves at home here in Austin, Texas. And that's not hang loose. That's wings up for the Golden Eagles. Temps exceeding triple digits. We got, they call that 102, 101. But you know, it's even hotter on the field right now.
Well, there's no doubt the turf reflects the heat. It is a warm day. Ball's going to bounce pretty well on this turf. Both teams got to play in it. It is not a factor. When you get to this point where a ticket to Omaha is on the line, I wouldn't think there's any worries about heat.
'Tis the season for the unexpected. Case in point, Jake McKenzie, 252 hitter on the year. Yet if I asked who is the leading hitter for the Longhorns in the postseason, the answer would be Jake McKenzie. 8 for 16, including a 3-hit day to open up the Super Regional. The rest of the team only had 2. Tied his career high and set a career high with 2 doubles. So you would think that every Major League team would be after him in the Major League Baseball draft, right?
Well, I think Jake told him, he said, look, I've just graduated with a petroleum engineering degree. I think I'm just fine.
He's going to EOG Resources in San Antonio. Man's going to be an engineer. Graduated with a degree in petroleum engineering. His pro future is very bright, but it's just not going to be on the diamond. Great sense of humor there from McKenzie as well. 3-1, and Moss comes back, finding the zone to make it 3-2. But this is real also at this part of the year. Not talking about the end of a season.
End of a career.
Last time that some of these guys who started playing the game at 5, 6 years old will ever get a chance to be in an environment like this.
Well, command so far has been a problem. It's a leadoff walk scored in the first, leadoff walk here in the second. You can't defend it. Emotions get involved. This is a senior. Travis is a guy that has won a lot of ball games, 13 of them this season for Tennessee Tech.
Luke Heimlich at Oregon State has more wins this season than Travis Moss. Mason Hibbler, it was a really rough go for him in game one. He gets the bunt down. Putzig will have the time and puts it on the money to Chambers. Small ball in full effect. It's something that Texas had problems with yesterday, executing station to station.
Well, you got to execute. You got to give yourself up, and Hilbert did exactly that. Got his nose down there, involved in it. Got the bunt down, get the job done, and now the leadoff walk in scoring position.
It was a leadoff walk that ended up leading to the opening run in the first. Tate Shaw, also 0 for 4 yesterday. Fouled back out of play.
Moss is so much better when he gets a hit because now he's got options. He can go to the changeup, try to go out of the zone, or come back with his good fastball. Again, at times it can be nearly to the mid-90s. So he's got a lot of options when he gets a hit.
Way off to make it 1-1. Mott's made 3 different appearances in the Oxford Regional. Went 6 2/3, allowed 4 earned for a 5.40 ERA. Still has the stuff, as he was a 7th round pick by the Diamondbacks. He has been their Friday night guy, their #1 ace this season.
There's the changeup. Great motion with it. Arm speed comes through, reaches out in front with good arm speed, and as a hitter, you think it's fastball. Parachute comes out about halfway to the plate. Cannot think pull when a guy's got an outstanding change. Got to think the other way.
And Moss comes up with his first strikeout.
Dynamite location here. I mean, almost a perfect pitch. You can see the movement away. Just turn that changeup over in the perfect spot.
Ryan Reynolds hitting in the 9 spot. Son of longtime Houston Astros pitcher Shane Reynolds. Former Major League All-Star. And Moss once again having trouble starting ahead. Last 9 games, a dip for Reynolds at a 147 clip. Flaring to the left side. Will it drop? It does, and it gets past Harris. 1 run scores. Reynolds holds up at second base as he put that one in no man's land in left field. Shows up as a line drive in the box score.
Right off the end of the bat on a big swing on a changeup. Wind is blowing to left, but couldn't push this one far enough out. All-out effort to try to get there by Harris. This comes up short, but the big swing doesn't help. And then you can see Harris come as hard as he couldn't get to it. And the leadoff walk again has come in to score.
RBI double for Ryan Reynolds, and it brings up the top of the lineup and David Hamilton. He scored the first run of the game, as he was the first batter that Moss faced and walked.
It's going to prompt a visit. And this is a lot about trying to work on emotion right here. I mean, you walk out right here, Lowell, and the first thing you say is, look, you can't do anything about that. You made your pitch. Why they scored was the leadoff walk. It wasn't the guy hit one off the end of the bat and it fell in front and they scored a run. So get back into your game plan, limit the damage right here. And it's an easy conversation because sometimes the emotion is a part that you got to get back under control.
For more coverage of the Division I baseball regionals and interactive brackets, go to ncaa.com. There's Colin Harris in left field. He's come very close to making two almost outstanding defensive plays. Had a chance on the run against Duke Ellis in game 1 and just narrowly missed that one off the bat of Ryan Reynolds. And you have to know the Texas players realize that Travis Moss is the man that said we would take this Super Regional in 2 games. Bulletin board material, to say the least, there, Keith.
Well, it is. I think you got to be confident to play the game of baseball, and I guarantee the Longhorn players say, okay, that's fine. We think we're going to win, and we lost game 1. We just got to come back and win 2 in a row. And when you start looking at 2 in a row, these 2 clubs, there's some interesting stuff when you start looking at that as well.
To center field. Alex Jr. gets a late break on it. He'll have to make up ground. Does not make the catch, does he? Yes, that was his hat that came free. Jr. with a late break, but closing speed to make the grab and keep another run off the board.
Well, there's times when you see a big swing, especially when a guy's got a changeup. Here comes Jr. in to make the play, sliding, saves a run right there, 2-0 Texas.
Welcome back to Austin, Texas. It appeared that the top of the 2nd inning just came to an end with a fantastic catch from Alex Jr. in center field. Things have stalled, and it looks like they are reviewing this play. We'll take our second look, as it looks like that is a no-doubter. That's a catch.
That's a catch, and the ball, I don't believe the ball ever got to the ground in any capacity. Yeah, that view from the side shows it definitely is a catch.
Because right now Duke Ellis has his bat, and he's still waiting maybe to get a chance to come up. Yet Chase Sugart is on the mound, starting to warm up his arm.
It's got to, both sides, you got to be prepared one way or the other. We're waiting on that decision. And there is officially, after the review, it was a catch.
And a nice one at that from Alex Jr. That's what some speed and athleticism can do for you in center field. So Texas adds a run off the bloop from Ryan Reynolds, making it 2-0. Tennessee Tech will start with the heart of their lineup, and Chase Chambers leading off. So we started with replay here in the Super Regional round. It was not available in regionals. You will see it in the Supers and in Omaha as well. And these are the different plays that can be reviewed.
Well, that one was number 3. Catch or no catch in the outfield or foul territory. And it was definitely the right to go take a look. And all baseball players and coaches want is to get it right. And they got it right.
There's Chase Chambers with nobody on. National leader in RBI. Came very close to leaving the yard in game 1 for his 18th home run. And he's down 0-2. It was a play that Tate Shaw had an opportunity to make a highlight catch in center field on. And a play that David Pierce has said that typically in the past he's seen Shaw make that running grab.
Ryan Reynolds is playing rover in right field, the third baseman way over into the gap in right field with the shift on.
Saw him use this look yesterday.
It's right over there.
Up the middle and clear. First base hit for the Golden Eagles.
This guy with 17 home runs, 84 RBIs, too short of the Ohio Valley Conference record for in a year.
Let's check in studio.
Well, an update from Fayetteville, where Arkansas is 34-3 at home, and South Carolina has to find a way to win this game. They find a way to score first. Justin Rowe with the single to left makes it South Carolina 1-0 after 1. Lowell and Keith, back to you.
Allison Williams in the studio throughout the day, giving us up all the updates and what is such a key day. Punch some of those tickets to Omaha, as Tennessee Tech is trying to do. Such an intriguing matchup because you have a team in Texas that has been to Omaha more than any other program, and a team in Tennessee Tech that has never been there. But history irrelevant on a day like this.
You can just see those on the left are pretty amazing, to say the least. Tennessee Tech trying to start their program with their first ever visit.
0-2.
They've been playing good baseball for a while, but it's sort of one of those things, Lowell, that get through it, get it done, break that barrier. We've seen it over really the last 15, 18 years, obviously with Fresno State, a number 4 seed, not only breaking the barrier to get to Omaha, but come away with a championship. Coastal Carolina breaking through and getting there and winning a championship. It can be done and has been done.
This is a program that has won 6 Ohio Valley Conference titles over the past 10 years. So in their bubble, they have been relevant
and it's a
for
good
about
conference.
a decade. Yeah,
it's a good conference. They got 2 teams in out of the Ohio Valley this year.
Last year, they opened up the tournament, the Tallahassee Regional, faced Casey Mize in that regional. And the guys still have fun talking about that. One of their favorite things to do is bring up video of Nick Osborne trying to get a hold of a Casey Mize pitch that lands in the opposite batter's box with one of the worst swings you'll ever see. And teammates will pull that out on the phone, have a good laugh, and Osborne will laugh along with it.
Teammates can be as tough on their own teammates as anybody.
But since the start of last year's tournament, Tennessee Tech has not lost a game in the tourney by more than 2 runs.
Big pitch right here. Get the leadoff base hit, and all of a sudden, Budzik's got him back to a full count. Sugar needs to throw a strike here, and a good strike. It's a good at bat right here. Seen some really good pitches. Fastball in a couple of times with some movement. Got him set up for that good hard breaking ball. Do you have the courage to throw it though? 3-2 here. 9th pitch of the at bat coming.
Putzig, the lengthy at bat leading to a walk, and 2 on, nobody out for David Garza. Garza drove in a run yesterday with a double in the 5th, which ended up being the deciding run of the game as Phil Haig, the pitching coach, is out for a chat.
You look across what's going on nationwide, though. We had some unbelievable games. Following ours this afternoon, I tell you what, Mississippi State and Vanderbilt had 2 walk-offs. They're 1-1. And then Tech coming from behind, but boy, I tell you what, that Vanderbilt Mississippi State, they've had 2 unbelievable ball games in that one. Of course, the bottom. How about that first-round matchup?
Yeah.
TD Ameritrade right there, North Carolina and Oregon State.
A couple of national championship game wins against North Carolina. And Vandy, Mississippi State, they will follow here on ESPN2.
Tennessee Tech, not a big bunting ball club. Texas anticipating as McKenzie's in at first. I don't think they'll be bunting here.
Bunted a couple times yesterday, which is out of the norm for this team. '70 RBI, 12th in the NCAA, and he's not even the team leader. Outstanding shortstop for the Golden Eagles. Hamilton, the backhand slide to second for 1. And it gets away from McKenzie. The throw from Clemens is off the mark. And Tennessee Tech is on the board.
Just an outstanding play by Hamilton, diving to his right to get the ball knocked down, which started what looked like might have been an unbelievable double play. Hamilton gets to it perfectly. It's a good feed here to Clemens. Just in the rotation is his transition, trying to go so quickly. He didn't get the ball out of his glove to his hand quick enough, tried to go too quickly. Miscue leads to a run. Tennessee Tech on the board.
Third error for Texas in the Super Regional.
As you're coming in as a second baseman, you get in position to try to take your throw where you can make the transition, have your hands together. You see the glove was down, the throw was a little low, and by the time Clemens could take the ball out of his glove, get it into his hand to make the throw, transition.
Another chance for the double play. Hamilton, Clemens, McKenzie, and the defense much better there. But a defensive miscue does cost him 1 as the Golden Eagles get their first.
There are over.
College World Series starting June 16th. North Carolina and Oregon State, they have advanced. As the College World Series will begin Saturday at 3 Eastern on ESPN. Luke Jarvis making sure that Gators from Florida don't advance quite yet. He's got the walk-off to force a Game 3. And Mississippi State Vandy next on ESPN2. Yeah, who's going to have the dramatic walk-off this time around? As Duke Ellis leads off for Texas here in the top of the 3rd inning. It was Elijah McNamee on Friday night in Nashville. He had the walk-off for Mississippi State. Last night, J.J. Blade, a walk-off for Vandy.
Leadoff walks have led to runs in both the first and the second. 2-0 count now here to start in the 3rd.
First pitch strikes have been an issue for Moss. More specifically, not getting there. Only 3 of 11 batters has he faced that he started with first pitch strikes. And it's 3-0 with Cody Clemens waiting on deck. He's already driven in 1. Was back in the first with an RBI to right. 3-1.
if you're Ellis here, I really think you got to take a strike right here and force him to throw a strike, and actually this heat make him throw more pitches. Did exactly that.
He's come back with 2 straight. Runs the count full. In on the hands. Ellis with great speed, but not enough for the ground out to second base. And so, a 3-0 count. Comes back with 2 straight strikes, and then gets Ellis to ground out, and he comes up a little gimpy on his leg.
Got in on his hands. Good location with that fastball that time.
Now, if you're gonna face Cody Clemens,
This is where you want to face him.
right here, nobody on. That's why. Goodbye, baseball.
Sitting dead red, gets a fastball. Gets great extension, as he's done all season long. Texas gets that 2-run lead right back.
When Sean Allen was a hitting coach at Florida International, he had a player with a 56-game hit streak, yet says he has never seen anything like Cody Clemens this year. 10 home runs in his last 14 games. That is why he is one of the 4 finalists for the Golden Spikes and the Dick Hauser. And there is his dad, taking it all in. And when he is at the park, it's not the Rocket. He is more commonly referred to as Cody Clemens' father. And another rip to left. So Cody Clemens may be feeling like he's making up for a defensive miscue. Takes this one out, signature bat flip, and then as he is done, exchanges words with Chase Sugar, perhaps telling him, I got that one back for you.
Mechanically so sound right now. He's not, if the pitcher's making a mistake, he's not missing it.
First pick of the 3rd round by the Detroit Tigers. They got a good one. But as you've said many, many times, solo home runs ain't gonna beat you.
Not very often.
It's gonna be those 2, 3, sometimes 4-run shots. Here's DJ Petrinsky. How do you explain how locked in Clemens is right now?
Well, when you're comfortable, you don't change much. You're in a pattern where you're looking for pitches in the right spot, and your pitch recognition is good right now. Your anticipation and your recognition is good.
Popped up, Nick Osborne makes the grab. 2 down. So the finalists for the Golden Spikes, Brady Singer, Casey Mize. We saw them both throw yesterday, with Mize giving up an uncharacteristic 6-spot. Singer was good. Andrew Vaughn, the only one of these finalists not playing. We said it on yesterday's broadcast, it's not just the numbers, it's the moments in which Clemens is putting up these numbers. Walk-off home run in the 2nd game of the regular season finale against TCU. Ultimately, that gave Texas a share of the Big 12 regular season title and allowed them to win it outright the next day. 10 of his home runs have either tied the game or given Texas the lead. That's clutch.
Another good swing right there from McKenzie, who's been swinging the bat well.
McKenzie down on strikes. Moss gets out of it, but not before serving up this one to Cody Clemens for the 23rd time this year. Second time in as many days Cody Clemens has left the dish. Welcome back to the NCAA Baseball Super Regionals presented by Capital One. They call themselves Occupy Left Field. They are the #1 fans of Texas baseball. That is their usual gathering spot beyond the left field fence, and they have to like what they are seeing as Texas has opened up the 3-1 lead here over Tennessee Tech in the bottom of the third. But as we have seen continually from the Golden Eagles, no reason to start feeling too good at this point in time. A lot of baseball to play with no weak spots 1 through 9 in this Golden Eagles lineup. Lowell Galindo here with Keith Moreland from Austin, Texas.
8-9-1, so they haven't even turned the lineup over yet. Double play had been a major factor. Texas has turned 2 of them already.
One to end the first, one to end the second. Cody Clemens had an error. Led to the lone run by Tennessee Tech. I believe he atoned for that with his solo home run. But to this point, no crooked numbers on the board. A lone run in 3 innings for Texas. And you mentioned haven't even turned it over for the Golden Eagles. That was a difference yesterday in game #1. Second time through the lineup, they were noticeably better.
Well, they're a good offensive club. It has a really good approach. They get the barrel of the bat to the ball, so it's an advantage for a hitter to have that second and third at bat against a pitcher.
Sugar with strikeout #2.
It's right at the bottom of the zone with the heater. A great location right there. It's interesting to see John Hamm back in the lineup. He had to come out of yesterday's game.
When they made the pitching change, when they put Ethan Roberts in the game, he came up to Matt Braga, his head coach, and said, "Coach, I can't really see." Thought he was messing around at first. What do you mean you can't see? And it was because he had not eaten since early in that morning. That combined with the heat, probably a little dehydrated. And he ended up having to leave the game, but he is back in the starting 9 for the Golden Eagles today.
Heath Jones, the home plate umpire, has been consistent, but this is not a very big zone. You have to adapt to that as a hitter. You have to adapt to it also as a pitcher. Saying, all right, I'm not going to get this corner and that corner. Got to get a little more of the plate.
Up the middle. Hamilton to McKenzie, and there's 2 gone. Sunday Night Baseball, presented by Taco Bell, is the Subway Series finale at Citi Field. Yankees, Mets. Our coverage beginning at 7 Eastern on ESPN. With baseball tonight, Sunday Night Countdown. It's also streaming live on the ESPN app. You'll notice here that there is a Subway Series flavor for Tennessee Tech, with Alex Jr. and Marcus Evie both going to the Yankees, and Chase Chambers going to the Mets. Marcus Evie, by the way, was pretty good as the surprise Game 1 starter for Tennessee Tech. Went 5, allowed only 2 earned runs, 4 hits. Evie got the start to allow Moss to have 1 extra day of rest. And here is Junior, Yankees draft pick. Struck out his first time up. Sugar's even flexing. Fist pump. Safe to say this young man is fired up. We're going to talk to his head coach, David Pierce, when we return, with the Longhorns up 3-1 against Tennessee Tech. Welcome back to Austin, Texas. He is the head coach of the Texas Longhorns, David Pierce. Coach, a narrow loss in Game 1. Who's the person that steps up after that, addresses this team, and what was the message?
Well, basically what we talked about in our team meeting today is that we've been in this position before. We're not backing down. We're going to go at them. We've got to fight better with 2 strikes. We've got to be better on the mound as far as attacking, and our stamp is defense, and we've got to go to work defensively.
To take that a step forward, I think Chase is taking that to heart. He's doing a nice job of attacking, especially early in counts.
Yeah, I mean, they're a great hitting team, and we know that. So we got to at least make them earn everything they got, or everything that they can. They have to earn it, basically, is what I'm saying. And you know, so far, other than the one mistake here with Cody, been pretty clean, but he made up for it.
Yeah, sure did. Coach Pierce, we appreciate your time.
Okay, thanks.
The inability to throw that breaking ball he just threw right there for a strike has really taken him out of his rhythm. He's used fastball changeup a lot. His curveball is his 3rd best pitch, Lowell, but you got to throw it for a strike occasionally where the hitter at least doesn't see spin and go, he's not going to be a strike.
Because what does that allow you to do when you can start eliminating?
Well, when you start eliminating pitches, then your anticipation's getting the ability to be right. It goes up, because as soon as you see that spin, you can disallow it. At this point, he just hadn't been able to throw many of them for strikes.
2-2. Outside corner gets the call. And the 3rd strikeout for Travis Moss.
He painted the corner here. Goes right back out. This is a 2-seamer. Brought it back to the outside corner and got the call.
Seventh round pick by the Diamondbacks. His recruitment started off with Memphis and Winthrop as the leaders. He actually was verbally committed to Memphis. There was a coaching change, and out of the blue, they took back his scholarship offer. So all of a sudden, he was looking for places to play. Tennessee Tech and this staff had seen him before, so he sent them an email. They got back right away and wanted him. So an email leads Travis Moss to Matt Braga, and he has become the ace on the bump for the Golden Eagles.
This is a veteran ball club. You look at the seniors that hit in the middle of the order. You have 3 of them right in a row, and then obviously you got the senior on the mound today. He's thrown an awful lot of pitches at Tennessee Tech in his career. Awful lot in this ball game as well. 61 now total.
Two to Shaw. And that got him.
The home plate umpire says it's a 3-2 count. He did not say it hit him.
So right now, disagreement. Heath Jones is saying it should be a full count. Tate Shaw is pointing to his foot saying, look, it got me right here. And they're going to meet about it.
Chance to see it on a replay.
I don't think it got him.
Didn't look like it got a piece of him. And they're gonna say he's back at home plate. Didn't get hit by the pitch, and it's going to be a full count.
Well, he did a good job of selling it.
He tried. What's your job when you go to the plate?
Get on.
That's it.
Swinging at this one, it will hold up. Chase Chambers fighting the sun, but John Hamm comes over to make the play. Here's Allison Williams with an update.
Got a defensive highlight from Fayetteville. Check out this play by Arkansas third baseman Casey Martin. Chris Cullen with the laser down the third base line, but Martin with the grab. Pretty good play here for a freshman. The diving grab makes the play at first. South Carolina would lead the bases loaded in that inning. It's now a 1-1 game in the third.
Thank you, Allison. Ryan Reynolds steps in. That was the first pitch he sees, back out of play. It's 0-1. 70 pitches now for Travis Monks.
That's a big number. He will not be able to finish. 111 is his career high. Number of pitches, so.
We were told by Coach Braga that Ethan Roberts, their competitive moment guy slash closer, will not be available in this game.
Oh, no.
Nice glove by Chambers. And 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Texas up 3-1. We now welcome in the head coach of Tennessee Tech, Matt Braga, back-to-back OVC Coach of the Year. Coach, let's talk pitching to start this one off. Travis Moss, the pitch count is getting up there. Overall, what are you seeing from him?
Well, he settled down a little bit. You know, he came out early. We had 2 leadoff walk in the first inning and leadoff walk in the second inning. And, you know, both those runs scored, and that's untypical for him. So just get back in the strike zone and try to force contact within the first 3 pitches.
And on the other side, offensively, you got the leadoff base runner with the base hit from Chase. You ended up scoring a run. Got to get some kind of flow of the offense going.
Yeah, you know, we've had some pretty good at bats, and we've had some pretty good at bats. But you know what's happened is those big long pitch count at bats have turned into 2 double plays. So we've had 4 outs on 3 pitches on those 2 double plays. We just got to keep grinding at bats because that's what we do, and maybe not swinging some bad pitches so early in the count.
That one was close right there.
Yeah, I was trying to blow it back fair.
So that Carlton Fisk body language going on. Yeah. Coach Braga, we appreciate it.
All right, guys, thank you.
That is Benny Kalevahea. Got a hold of that one. Look good off the bat from up here. Sliced foul. 0-1. Shogun comes back. And it's 0-2.
I thought the key for Sugar would be his breaking ball today. Could he command it? And to this point of the game, he's done a nice job of using it for a strike, as he did right there, and have the one that looks like a strike and breaks it out of the zone. Difference in yesterday's ball game, Lowell, was the 2-strike hitting from the Golden Eagles. See if they can, the middle part of this game, get back to that.
Containing, controlling emotions. That is critical for Chase Sugar. He is naturally a lively guy. Wears the emotions on the sleeve. But that has been David Pierce's biggest challenge with Chase Sugar, teaching him how to stay within himself. Cody Clemens, Duke Ellis, who will it be? Ellis makes the catch. So Texas holding the 3-1 lead. Tennessee Tech a win away from advancing to Omaha. The Longhorns would have to win this one and come back tomorrow and win to advance. Cody Clemens, solo home run, is second in the Super Regional. He's also driven in a run with a double in the first. Sugar has allowed one run unearned, coming off a bad throw from Clemens. And Tennessee Tech limited to one hit, had 11 of them just one day ago. However, the big power numbers have been missing. Of those 11 hits yesterday, only 2 were for extra bases. They were, however, the 2 most important hits of the afternoon, with Chambers and Garza delivering RBI doubles. In the hole, the rightful from David Hamilton.
Understanding your home ballpark, even though you're in a road uniform. Hamilton going to his right, gets to it quickly. You know you got the turf, use it. Easy pitch and catch. Big shift on again as Chambers comes to the plate. If you're Ryan Reynolds, you got to sprint from third base to go get in rover position. We're seeing more and more in this. We see a lot at the major league level that you don't see as much, but now scouting reports are getting better about players, and we're seeing more shifting now in college baseball than we ever have.
And it's 3-0.
And don't throw a cookie in right here. You better try to make a good pitch here, 3-0.
Big boy can mash. A courtesy show of the bunt at 3-0. Wasn't going to drop that.
No one in the stadium thought you were funny.
The comeback from Sugar, and it's full. Chambers, the lone hit of the afternoon for the Golden Eagles. A single up the middle. Crowd to its feet. They will sit back down after the walk.
Well, this is a guy, when you look at Chambers, 17 homers, 84 RBIs. That is his 49th walk of the year to go against 24. Count them, only 24 strikeouts on the year.
Reminds you of the heart of the lineup that we saw from Louisville last week in Lubbock, Texas. Trevor Putzig, AKA Sparky. Speaking of Louisville, it's his hometown. Wanted to play for the Cardinals or the Wildcats. Did not get that opportunity. They did not think there was enough pop in the bat. He has proven otherwise this season. And with 2 outs, Golden Eagles with 2 on for David Garza.
He's really gutting it through it too. A little bit of a leg problem. He's not running full speed by any means, but not going to miss this opportunity.
Oh, yeah. The hamstring has been nagging him.
You can see him after he got that base hit. It's not a sprint anywhere at this point, trying to stretch it out over there. You know, hitting hamstring, it can be a real effect to your hitting too, because of the rotation of your body, your upper body. You put some strain on it.
Don't think of it as much in that approach.
Yeah,
more so on the bases.
It changes your swing, no doubt.
David Garza changed his swing since single-digit home runs last season and approached Matt Bragg and said, I want to hit more home runs, and I feel like I'm capable of it. So they ended up working on putting a little more loft in his swing.
Everybody talks a lot about launch angles.
Yeah. And his a little higher now, and it has ended up double-digit home runs, 16 on the year. He's down 0-2.
Good hack at that. But now you got opportunities. You can bounce the breaking ball right here, go with a real good one. You can climb the ladder with a high fastball, which I like in this scenario. This is an aggressive team, but you got to make sure you get it under, right at the shoulders over the plate if you're going to climb the ladder here. Upstairs. In that spot. Now I like the breaking ball. Not a strike. Show it to him as a strike. Break it off the plate.
Outside 2-2.
It's hard to lay off of that pitch. I've been in this scenario.
Why is that one so tough?
Because it starts out, you're thinking breaking ball. He's saying, I'm probably going to get a break on. You see it, and it's hard to lay off because you usually commit when you see the breaking ball and you're thinking breaking ball.
And the count is now full.
Now, advantage Tennessee Tech here. The runners will be in motion.
Not a ton of speed with Chambers on second and Putzig on first with a hurt hammy. Full count, 2 outs. Texas holding on to a 2-run lead. Foul back.
Garza really did a nice job. Just kept his hands back just enough, Lowell, to make contact there. He was fooled on the pitch. He was looking for the heater.
Tennessee Tech, the highest scoring offense in America at more than 10 runs per game. 134 home runs, by far the most nationally. The most ever in a single season in the BB Core era, which started in 2011. And it took some of the life out of the bats. To center field. Shaw makes the read and makes the catch. 2 left on. Texas holds on to the lead. Coming up, you're going to see Cody Clemens. It's not about just keeping them from doing damage. You got to mitigate some of that damage.
Here's Allison Williams here with you. We go to Fayetteville, where it is a tie ball game, bottom of the 3rd, until Justin Rowe gets a hold of this one. A long home run out and up to left field. That scores another 2-1 now, South Carolina. Justin Rowe has driven in both of the Gamecocks' runs.
Allison, thank you. Gamecocks looking for the equalizer to keep the Hogs from advancing. Winner in that matchup will open up in Omaha against the winner of this matchup here in Austin with Texas and Tennessee Tech. Top of the lineup for David Hamilton. He drops the bunt. Moss. It's going to be a difficult play, and he makes it. Springing off the mound. And that bunt a little too close to Moss off the bat of Hamilton.
Well, this is a good play regardless. He jumps off the mound, fills his position, and gets to it quickly. He's got one chance. You got to catch and go. And gets him by about a half a step. Outstanding play. You become that 9th fielder after you deliver the pitch.
Ella's first pitch swinging. Junior makes the catch a few steps in front of the warning track. So once again, this is somewhat of a win for Tennessee Tech in that they will have the opportunity to face Cody Clemens with no one on base. He's got an RBI double. He's got a solo home run in his first 2 trips up.
Well, he's driven in 71 runs on the year and 23 homers. He's not getting a pitch to hit for me. That's just the bottom line.
So after the last time we saw Cody Clemens up, had the home run and the hook 'em and the stare down to the Tennessee Tech dugout. Now, you may recall that he did pretty much the same thing to Texas A&M in the regional round after opening up with a home run and a stare down to the Aggies dugout. Head coach of A&M, Rob Childress, said after that game, if you don't like it, make a better pitch.
Oh, absolutely. There's all ways to look at it, and at this level, it's a lot different than it would be looked at the professional level. Yeah. Let's just put it that way. There's the first curveball, or the second we've seen for a strike in the ballgame. Went to it there and got good rotation to it down. Evens the count.
134 home runs for Tennessee Tech, 23 on the year from Clemens. Going opposite field, and on the run, making the catch is Colin Harris. So 3 up, 3 down, still a 2-run lead for Texas. Big league talent playing right now in the Super Regionals. Casey Mize, we saw him get a little roughed up yesterday against the Florida Gators, #1 overall pick. Nick Madrigal from Oregon State, they're in Omaha. Jonathan India, he'll play in a deciding 3rd game against Auburn. Logan Gilbert, 14th pick to Seattle. His team has already been eliminated. Brady Singer, number 18 pick. He was electric against Auburn in the opener. Jackson Keller, 33rd pick by Kansas City. And Caden Grinder by the Orioles, number 37 pick overall. Chase Sugar back out to start the bottom of the 5th. Long throw from Rod Reynolds. McKenzie with the stretch. And there he is, 1 down. Sunday night baseball presented by Taco Bell is the Subway Series finale at Citi Field. Yankees and Mets with 9-1. Luis Severino and his 2.20 ERA on the mound for the guys in the pinstripes. Our coverage beginning at 7 Eastern on ESPN. With baseball tonight, Sunday night countdown. It's also streaming live on the ESPN app. So in terms of big league talent, high draft picks, Cody Clemens, 2nd baseman for Texas. 1st pick of the 3rd round, and Ethan Roberts, who we saw close out game #1 for Tennessee Tech, 4th round pick. Highest Clemens drafted outside of Roger, who was a 1st round pick after his playing days at the University of Texas. Nolan Kingham and Chase Sugar both go in the 12th round. Josh Sawyer, it's been up to 97 recently. 16th round by the Cubs. And Andy McGuire has been the closer for the Longhorns. 28th round pick by the Blue Jays, as this one is skied. And Clemens handles it. What are the adjustments that Cody Clemens will have to make in pro ball?
Well, I think every player has to make adjustment. All of a sudden, you got a piece of wood in your hand, which is a lot different scenario. You got to protect inside a little more in professional ball. The first thing they're going to find out, can you hit the inside fastball? That's the first thing. And then if he can make the same adjustment that he made from 2017 and 18 facing left-handed pitching and take that a step further, those would be the main adjustments he'll have to make. And every player that goes in to professional ball has to make that same adjustment. A lot of these players play with wood bats in the summer, so they've had some experience with it. But when one of them can be broke off in your hand, you know, in college you don't see that bat break in half very often. So you're not holding the handle. You get a woodwind in your hand, you can be holding the handle after a swing.
Good 75 from Sugar. Misses out. 2-2. Takes something off of it. Ham swings through it, and Sugar finishes the 5th with a strikeout. Omaha on the line here at the Supers. Vandy in Mississippi State. It's the Super Regional of the walk-off on Friday. Elijah McNamee, see you later. Bulldogs win game 1.
Second of the NCAA playoffs.
Also did it against Florida State to eliminate the Seminoles. And last night, J.J. Leday going to the deepest part of the park, just eluding the glove, and a Gatorade celebration at home. And you will see that matchup next on ESPN2 with Mississippi State and Vanderbilt. Winner takes all. Another one of those thrillers from the Southeastern Conference as the SEC tied the mark with 6 teams in the Super Regional round. All 6 are going in head-to-head matchups. So it means they are guaranteed 3 spots in the College World Series. Zach Zubia leads off the top of the 6th. Waving through that offering from Moss, and it's 0-2. See the walk-offs by McNamee and Blade. Vandy trying to go for the first time since 2015 when they won it all. The Bulldogs trying to punch their 9th trip to Omaha. And Zubia goes down looking as Moss comes up with his 4th strikeout.
And all of a sudden, the last couple of innings, we've seen this curveball. He's gotten a feel for it. And watch the downward rotation to it. And that's got some good spin on it. Perfect pitch right there. Not much you can do with it.
9 straight retired by Travis Moss. The staff ace for the Golden Eagles. Now facing DJ Petrinsky.
He's settled in, and his pitch count is leveling out a little bit.
Petrinsky has flown out twice, a dribbler to Putzig, and he has plenty of time to make that play, and 2 down, 10 straight retired by Travis Moss.
Really hurting right there after making that throw. He's just not moving real well. He's pushed off to make that throw. You can tell that leg really bothering him right now. Slow walk back to his position.
Bite on that jersey top. Doing whatever he can to get that pain to go away from the hamstring. McKenzie showing bump briefly. That, for the moment, drop putts again.
He's got 5 outs and 16 pitches. So he's really starting to get quick outs.
Texas scored runs in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. However, no crooked numbers, just a lone run in each of those 3 innings.
When they get some length out of their starter, Tennessee Tech, they have been nothing short of spectacular. It's an out away at going 6. Look, when their starter goes 5+, 36-2. Wow.
This is a team that had a 28-game winning streak.
It only lost back-to-back games once this season, home or road, and that was in the Ohio Valley Conference Tournament.
For Texas, they've only lost back-to-back games at home once this season, and that was early in the year against Stanford.
You got a great offensive day, Lowell. Wind blowing out. It's 95 degrees. pitchers right now in control of the game.
Junior's got it. 11 straight retired for Travis Moss. Kevin Stroshine will lead off. He has yet to get a hit here in Austin. OVC Player of the Year, trying to break out of his slump when we return. Welcome back to the NCAA Baseball Super Regionals presented by Capital One. We're in Austin, Texas. Great afternoon to do a little drilling. Check out some college baseball with Texas against Tennessee Tech.
Where's the beef?
That's somewhere in there. Pork looks pretty good.
This is a big inning. But Chase Sugar needs to push through this. Got the top of the order here. Third time through the order. This Tennessee Tech team is a good offensive team, and this is their third time to see Sugar.
Junior has come down on strikes his first 2 times up. Tennessee Tech only with 2 hits. Both of them singles, neither of them really laced. Chase Chambers up the middle, Trevor Putzig to left field. The double play ball has cost them, as rallies for Tennessee Tech ended the first and the second with ground out double plays.
Well, in the first 5 innings of this Super Regional, Tennessee Tech put 5 runs on the board on 9 hits. Well, in the last 9 innings of this Super Regional, yesterday's and today's, 1 run on 4 hits, but a leadoff walk. Good start to the inning for the Golden Eagles.
So Junior is on for the first time this afternoon. Last 9 innings, just 1 run, but the pitching is starting to settle in. The way Moth is pitching right now, a couple of runs changes everything. Kalevahea steps in. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. This is a team that relies on doubles and home runs to produce most of their runs. Don't force the issue too much with stolen bases. As the Golden Eagles came into the Super with only 29 stolen bases on the year. For more coverage of the Division I baseball regionals and interactive brackets, go to ncaa.com.
Activity for the first time in the Texas bullpen is Parker Joe Robinson. He was outstanding in yesterday's ball game in relief for Texas. Starts to throw.
And Blair Henley. Conventional wisdom would lead you to believe that Henley would be the starter for a Game 3 Monday if Texas could get there. But you got to get there.
That old line, everybody's got their cleats on today.
For a strike to Kalevahea, makes it 1 ball, 1 strike.
Chase Sugar made the transition as a junior. He'd been a guy that's come out of the bullpen his first 2 years of his career to the transition into a starter. So if you're wondering how long he can go, he's a guy that can go 110 pitches. He's been in this starting role all season long for Texas.
And also has a very good move. Something for Junior to look out for.
Chase does a really nice job of holding runners. He'll also come set and hold. Force somebody to call timeout.
Back-to-back strikes.
It's not overly quick to the plate, but he denies good jumps.
4 strikeouts, 4 walks from Sugars. Sugar not afraid of the moment. Saw him come in with the bases loaded against Indiana with 1 out, close out that win to advance Texas to this super regional round. A lot of attention being paid to Alex Jr. Jr. on the season 4 for 6 in stolen bases. He has 1 here in Austin coming a day ago. Strikeout number 5 for Sugar.
Chases the high fastball, had him set up upstairs, couldn't catch up to it. Let's see.
Season low, 2 runs, 5 hits. That came against Missouri State last Sunday in Oxford. And today, 1 run and 2 hits. Putzig on the step of the dugout. He's delivered 1 of them. Stroshine has really struggled. Stroshine with only 3 hits since the start of the NCAA tournament. He is 3 for 28 in the postseason. But still hitting .376. Fouled back and it's 0-2.
Yesterday's ball game, the first 8 batters that had 2 strikes on them for Tennessee Tech, they were 4 for 8 with 2 Ks. Since then, with 2 strikes, they're 3 for 25 with 15 punch-outs. So good adjustment by Texas pitching. Find a way to put away Tennessee Tech hitters with 2 strikes.
So close.
Boy, you want to make it happen here if you're Chase Sugar. You don't want to go to 3-2 and get Alex Jr. in motion.
You know that was a strike, Kevin. Come on now, baby. Swing it.
Chase Chambers is on deck. He has been one of the biggest producers for the Golden Eagles here in Austin. Has one of the 2 hits for Tennessee Tech today. Had the key 2-run double to center field in game 1. Game that Tennessee Tech won 5-4. And it's a full count.
Things can happen for both clubs. You can get a strike them out, throw them out. Sugar's done a nice job of keeping him close, but also he be in motion, a ball in the gap, will score easily.
And it's a 1-out walk, 2 on, 1 out for Chase Chambers.
I was stunned he was not in motion right there.
So it's now 5 strikeouts, but 5 walks from Sugar, and he's at 90 pitches. Phil Haig will come out with Henley and Parker Joe Robinson starting to slow down their warm-up, anticipating one of them will get the call. Chambers, 400 hitter this year, and the national leader in runs driven in with 84. That's 2 shy of breaking the OVC record. That is an enormous number, especially in the BB Core era.
Just look at the fact that when you look at how many games, that's a 64th ball game of the year for Tennessee Tech. He's driven in 84. Big opportunity here. It's also a time when you know, it is a hot day. You've been out there for 90 pitches. It's also a good time to just let you catch your breath a little bit and to make sure that everybody's on the same page with the game plan of how you're going to attack Chambers.
Golden Eagles 2 for their last 17 with runners on. Popped up. Mason Hibbler camps out, and there's 2 down. Big out there, but not out of the woods by any stretch of the imagination, with Putzig now stepping to the plate.
Well, when you've got a great offensive club and you're scoring a lot of runs, sometimes you get in these type of games, you get a little impatient. And I think that time Chambers might have been a little impatient when attacking at the first pitch. Got tied up inside. That's a big out.
Putzig is the guy that Matt Braga's head coach says when he plays for you, you love him. When he plays for the other team, you absolutely hate the guy. And he most embodies their mentality as they try to step in the plate, into that batter's box, saying to the pitcher, I am better than you. First pitch strike from Sugar. And it's 0-2.
2 dynamite pitches. That's knee-high outside corner. You're going to do anything with that. Listen to this crowd into it now.
To Reynolds. All he has to do is step on third, and he does, but no. It is a foul ball
in the box. Ball coming in on him. Comes down, definitely off the top of his foot. That's the right call.